Welcome back, all dear students. We will move on to the next topic. Till now, we have studied about the types of addressing modes. So now we have the different after the addressing modes, what is called as an assembly language. Because in this subject, you are going to study about full detail on assembly language. So like programming language, like object-oriented programming language, procedural-oriented programming language. The same way we call something called assembly language. So what do you mean by assembly language? We will deal now. A programming language that consists of instructions that are mnemonic codes for corresponding machine language instructions. See, computer will not understand actual language like program what we are going to write. Example, if you write any C programs, that C program will not be understood by computer. What happens? We need to compile the program. Okay. I think you have done with one C lab, or else once you start with C programming lab, you will have a knowledge where how you can execute the program. So once you write the program in C language, it's one programming language. That language has to convert into machine understandable format. Okay, the full program won't be understood by computer. So to do that conversion, what we need to do, we need to compile the program. So what is the job of compiler? It will convert your source code, that is C program, into machine understandable format. Then that machine understandable format will be in the form of zeros and ones. As we know, computer can understand only in the form of zeros, binary format. So that machine understandable format will get executed, not the program which you have written. The conversion takes place. After that, you are going to execute the code. Same way, we can also write some language like programming language in the form called instructions. Like what is the instruction? We used to write add R1, R0. So what is that? It is in the form of assembly language. So instead of A is equal to C is equal to A plus B. C is equal to A plus B means what? We are adding A and B storing inside C. The same way add A comma B means what? Adding A and B storing resultant in B itself. So this is only the representation may vary, but the operation is similar. That representation we have done in C and this is in the form of instructions. That's all. Okay. So the programming language that consists of instructions that are mnemonic codes. Okay. Instructions we call it as a mnemonic code for corresponding machine language. So that type of language we call as assembly language. Assembly language means the code program is written in the form of instructions. That instruction we call as mnemonic code. That's all. So consider the instructions such as, example, the instructions what we have studied till today, move, add, increment, etc. can be specified by using mnemonic. So these operations, move, M-O-V, is a mnemonic to do move operation. You get it? So mnemonic is nothing but the symbolic representation what we are going to write. The character what we are going to write to perform that operation. So that we are going to call as a mnemonics. Okay. So also mnemonic, one more name you can give as opcode. What do you mean by opcode? Opcode is an operation, correct? So that opcode can be represented using any number of mnemonic symbols. That's all. So mnemonic is nothing but an opcode, or the code you are going to use as an opcode. So MOV for move, INC for increment, ADD for adding. So all these are called as mnemonics. And decrement, load, store, etc. These are all the mnemonics to do some operation. And then example, this is an assembly language program where you have set of instructions. Okay, the instructions are mnemonic codes. Okay, mnemonic codes which are written. The object program, this mnemonic code also will not be understood by computer. Again, what has to be done? The conversion has to take place into machine understandable format. So machine understandable format, I can also call it as an object-oriented language or object program. Object conversion of machine language itself is called as an object program. So assembly language has to convert into object program. So this object program can only be understood by computer, not this one. Then what I need to do? I need to convert into the form from assembly to the object or to the machine, right? So to do this conversion, I need an assembler. So what is assembler? Assembler will convert assembly language program into object program or a machine instructions where this assembler will convert assembly language program into machine understandable format. That's all. It will convert assembly language into machine understandable format. So that is what an assembler does. Next, we will see some of the mnemonics. Some mnemonics we will see. Load. So what is load and store? The operations which we are going to perform on memory, we have already studied. Load is nothing but this is an operand from memory. Loads an operand from memory, that we know. Store means store an operand to the memory. Move, transfer data from one location to the another location. Next, a complete set. So these are some of the examples. The same way, complete set of such mnemonics and set of rules for their usage constitute an assembly language. So assembly language is nothing but a set of some mnemonics and set of rules which are written in a programming way. So that we call as assembly language. So this is written in alphanumeric text format. Not a alphanumeric. Alphanumeric means combination of alphabets and numbers. So the commands or the instructions of mnemonics, set of mnemonics will be there. All those mnemonics will be represented in alphanumeric format. So that format we are going to call as a source program. And then program written in an assembly language can be automatically translated into machine language or machine instructions. So that we are going to call as object program. The program here which we have written using mnemonics and alphanumeric representation, that we are going to call as a source program, and the automatic conversion what it takes from source program to the machine understandable format, that program we are going to call as object program. Clear? Next. So this is going to be done by an assembler. The conversion is going to be done by an assembler. So this is an explanation related to this image. Okay. So you have a set of mnemonics which are written in the form of alphanumeric representation that we are going to call as an assembly language. The program which are written in assembly language can be called as source program, and the conversion takes place by the assembler from source code to the object program, and into the machine understandable format it will convert. So that program we are going to call as an object program. So clear about this slide? Definition, diagram, some mnemonics, its example and declaration, and how the source program and object program are going to convert through assembly. That's all. Easy one. So next, move on to the next topic. Syntax. So before that, I would like to explain syntax of an instruction. See, I have told you assembly language is nothing but a collection of instructions, or the program is written in the form of instructions or mnemonics, right? So for that, this is how the syntax for any instruction. First, it will be a label. Label indicates some name to this instruction. So that in this syntax, there are some things which are written in a square brace. So square brace indicates what? Square bracket indicating the optional fields. Those are not compulsory. Those are optional. So label indicates the name to this particular command or instruction. Then you are going to write the mnemonics. Mnemonics is nothing but opcode. You can also call it as an opcode. Okay. And then operands. Operations, to do this we need some inputs, right? So that we are going to data. So here this is a name to this instruction. This is an operation or opcode we are going to write. Here some operands are nothing but the data to perform this operation you are going to include. And then you can also write some comments. So the comment will have a semicolon. The full instruction has to be written. And after writing semicolon, you can write a comment section. What do you mean by commenting anything, any programming language? If we consider the comment, it is common, that is, it is only for the user understanding purpose. So whatever we write after the semicolon in the comment section will not get into consideration for execution. So this part will not execute. Then why we should write this part? Just to have an understanding to the user. Suppose if I write like this, consider this example, back colon indicating the label or name to this instruction. Suppose if I wanted to use this instruction anywhere in the program, I can just call back. So it will move to the back colon instruction. Next, Add. What is this add? Add is one mnemonic or it is an operand. Yes. Add is an sorry, not an operand, it is an opcode. So add is an opcode. Then A, comma B. These are the source and this is the destination. What these two are? These two are the operands. So we want to add A and B, store the resultant in B. Next, I have written semicolon. Semicolon indicating what? This is a comment section or a comment I am writing to this instruction. What is a comment? Add the content of A and B and store in B. So this is what this part will not take for execution. It will not consider into execution. Only this much will execute. But this is only once I look into this line, even though I don't have any knowledge, I can easily read this and I can get to know what this instruction is doing. So, only for understanding, user understanding purpose, we will be writing this comments. So, this comment section is not executable part, only this part is going to execute. So, this is a general syntax of any instruction. First, you will be having a label, followed with colon, and you are going to write the instruction, followed with semicolon, you will be writing the command. So, the instruction is having two parts, one is opcode and operand. Opcode can also be called as mnemonics, or operands are the data or inputs to perform this operation. So clear? Understood this instruction? Okay. So any doubts here? I think you are clear about this general syntax of assembly, the instruction. Okay. So that's all I wanted to explain you in this class. In the next class, we'll move on to the next topic defined by directives. So that we will see in the later. Thank you.